Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as we welcome University administration, faculty, and the graduating classes of 2023 and 2024.
All right, folks, now that you've just sat down, we would like to actually invite you to stand back up as we welcome Melinda DeBurke to the stage to sing our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose but stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets we hear, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof with the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, welcome, graduates, family, friends, and supporters of Joyce graduates, to the Summer 2024 Commencement Ceremony for Joyce University. I'm Dr. John Smith Coppice, the president of Joyce University, and I am delighted to be here with you today for this great celebration. We are so happy to be celebrating with you today as you move from your educational journey, graduates, to your professional journey. Graduates, along with your sacrifices and hard work, others have made sacrifices on your behalf as well, such as offering childcare, studying with you, letting you move in with them maybe to save some money, maybe something as simple and impactful as buying a swig or a coffee when you needed it most. But the fact is, you had people alongside you in this journey. So let's give a round of applause to the spouses and children and parents and friends to thank them for their support. I would also like to just take a moment to recognize our active military and veterans. I want to thank you for your service. And finally, to our Joyce University faculty and staff, thank you for all that you do for our students. So let's celebrate. The magic of a graduation or a commencement ceremony is that it allows us all to pause for a moment and truly honor and acknowledge so much hard work that has resulted in a life-changing accomplishment. This is our moment to pause, to reflect, and to create a real, authentic memory of a celebration with what I call marking the moment. With that, in this moment, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce you to the Provost and Chief Academic Officer of this great institution, Dr. Lynn Bilder.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone, and congratulations to our graduates. You all look fabulous. As Dr. Smith Coppice said, I am the proud Provost and Chief Academic Officer of Joyce University. It is always an honor to attend commencement because, as John mentioned, it marks a significant milestone in your lives. It also gives us an opportunity to acknowledge all of your hard work and celebrate your accomplishments. But it's also a time for those of us faculty, staff, and administrators to remember why we are here. It's always an amazing experience to feel the energy from the graduates and to see the pride on your smiling faces and those that have supported you. During your time at Joyce, you have gained knowledge, developed clinical reasoning skills, and prepared for your career. But you've also formed new friendships and discovered your passions. The culmination of these experiences has prepared you to face your future with confidence and courage. We know that as students, you have worked tirelessly and overcome the many challenges and persevered to reach this moment. Your hard work and determination have brought you here, and you should be incredibly proud of your accomplishments. While earning any college degree provides an opportunity for growth and knowledge attainment, for those of us that choose to enter a healthcare profession, this experience is often transformational. As I prepared for today, I reflected on my own transformational journey through nursing that started almost 30 years ago as I sat in your seats about to enter the nursing profession for the very first time as a new graduate. Every one of us has our own story, and so will you. I encourage each of you to look back on the journey that led you to this day and recognize the transformation that I am certain many of you have already experienced. Don't ever underestimate the power of what you have achieved. It is life-changing. Not only for you, the graduate, but for your family, your friends, and the unimaginable number of patients that you will care for and lives that you will touch through your career. We are confident that you are stepping into your professional role being prepared with the knowledge, compassion, and values necessary to serve your communities as safe, competent providers. But remember, your education does not end here. Be committed to seeking new knowledge, advancing your degree, embracing new challenges, and striving for excellence in everything you do. Congratulations once again. Now to introduce our student speaker, please welcome Dean of Nursing, Dr. Kelly McCullough, to the podium.
I am happy to be with you all this evening to celebrate such a momentous occasion. We will first hear from Mary Adam. Mary is graduating today, summa cum laude, after completing the Associates of Science in Nursing program. She relocated with her husband from Vancouver Island, British Columbia, to Draper, Utah, specifically to study nursing. She is currently enrolled in the bachelor's program and plans to continue her educational journey in hopes of achieving a master's in nursing. Mary, the podium is yours.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Mary, and I'm a proud graduate of the April 2024 ASN program. First and foremost, congratulations to all the 2023 and 2024 graduates here today. Each one of us sitting in this auditorium, surrounded by our closest friends and family, has something to be extremely proud of. Completing this nursing program was no easy task. Thank you. Completing this nursing program was no easy task. It's often said that nursing school is one of the most demanding programs, and after the past 20 months, I'm sure we can all agree. Not only did we have to master our course material, excel in all our exams, and participate in lab, simulation, and countless clinical hours, but we also have the massive responsibility of learning how to save lives. I grew up in the United Kingdom, and I'm very familiar with the NHS. I moved to Canada and learned about and experienced the Canadian healthcare system. And now, living here in Utah, I'm learning about the healthcare in the United States. I can compare and contrast all the good and not so good things about each one. But the one thing that all these places have in common is compassionate, caring, empathetic nurses. My favorite part of this program was surprisingly not pharmacology or pathophysiology, but it was learning about why each of you decided to be a nurse. Some have chosen this career to continue the family legacy. Some of you were inspired by being a patient yourselves. Others chose this to help make a difference in people's lives. Whatever your rationale is for becoming a nurse, remember that when things get tough, take a moment and remind yourself why you chose nursing. I started this program when I was 37 years old. I felt as if I was surrounded by all these younger, more vibrant, energetic students. I was nervous thinking, am I too old to be doing this? To be starting over with a new career? Absolutely not. My mother-in-law was my inspiration for this, and because of her, I knew I could do it. She raised 2 children before deciding to return to university in her 50s. Not only did she return to school, but she graduated with a PhD in history. Since then, she has written 3 extraordinary award-winning books and is showing no signs of slowing down. Age is just a number. We should not let it define who we are or what we want to become. Whether your educational journey ends here or if you decide to continue on with your BSN, your MSN, DNP, or PhD, whatever your passion inspires you to be, know it can be done. I want to take this moment to express my deepest gratitude to my sister-in-law for helping my family move to Salt Lake City, and my brother-in-law, whose unwavering support kept me going throughout the program. I'm also extremely grateful to all my instructors, especially those who went the extra mile to provide encouragement and push me to not only be a better student, but also a better nurse. Your dedication to my education is truly inspiring. And finally, to my husband for taking on this journey with me, moving to a new country to support my education, and patiently listening to me every night as I regurgitated everything that I learned in school that day. I can't thank you enough. If there was an honorary nursing degree, you would absolutely deserve it. Thank you to all my family, friends, classmates, teachers, and everyone else who supported me during this journey. Each of you played a crucial role in my success, and I'm deeply grateful for your continued support. I couldn't have done it without you.
Hello, everybody. Thank you very much, Mary, for your perspective on things and your words. I appreciate that. My name is Dr. Clancy Salas, and I'm a leader here at Joyce University. And I've held a few positions throughout my 6 years here. A couple of years ago, I was assisting the general education department in teaching an online patho-phys class. And while I was working in the tutoring center, a student came up to me and said that she really needed some help in her patho-phys course. So I was teaching it, I'm gonna help her, right? During this time, I had a small group of her and her friends who were very eager students who requested that I tutor them each week and were very dedicated to their studies. And I was happy to help supplement their online learning during that patho-phys course. So our next speaker, Julie Jacob, was part of that group, and I loved tutoring her and her friends. And we tutored in pathophysiology, and then a couple more semesters we did med-surg nursing, and then I worked with them during their capstone experiences at the very end of the program. So I am so pleased to be able to introduce the amazing student and mom and woman and friend, Julie Jacob. Julie is achieving an incredible academic feat by graduating summa cum laude with her Bachelor's of Science in Nursing. This is her second summa cum laude degree, as she previously graduated summa cum laude from Utah Valley University with a Bachelor's in Technology Management. Julie is proudly continuing her family's tradition in healthcare with a mother who's a nurse, 2 brothers who are doctors, and another brother who's a nurse anesthetist. Her diverse journey has led her to fulfill her lifelong dream of becoming a nurse. Julie, the podium is yours.
So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here today to celebrate this incredible accomplishment with us. So as you heard, my name is Julie Jacob, and I'm honored to represent our entire class. This is definitely not just for me. This is for all of us. I was in the accelerated BSN program, and my home desk became my classroom for most of the program. Courses were delivered asynchronously for the most part. So I spent countless hours listening to the notorious Dr. G. He was teaching pathophysiology and pharmacology. He definitely became a celebrity to many of us. You know, it was quite the surreal experience when we finally got to meet him, live over Zoom during the final semester. He didn't seem quite real. It was really like meeting a famous YouTuber. So we definitely fangirled on him a little bit. But so as far back as I can remember, whenever someone would ask me that typical childhood question, what do you want to be when you grow up? I would always answer proudly, "I want to be a nurse, just like my mom." And that dream never wavered. But my journey to get here definitely was different than I had anticipated. So I initially started going to school for nursing directly after high school. But I put that dream on hold to have a family with my husband, a detour I don't regret for a second. Being a mom to my 4 children has given me experiences that will make me a stronger, much more empathetic nurse. So years later, I did go back to finally get my bachelor's degree, and I looked into nursing again, but my children were very young, and the demands of nursing school were too high for me at that time. Instead, I got the bachelor's degree in technology management and worked as a real estate agent for many years. But when my daughter was 9 years old, our family went through something quite traumatic. And this experience reignited my desire and with a fierce intensity to become a nurse. My daughter was life-flighted directly to the primary children's intensive care unit. During that time, I witnessed the life flight and PICU nurses worked expertly to save her life when she had developed strep toxic shock syndrome from a seemingly innocent earring infection. Somehow the ER doctor had missed this condition, and it was the nurses who saved her life. So in this frightening yet very sacred moment between life and death, watching those nurses care for my daughter and our family during that vulnerable time, I knew I wanted to be allowed into that special space and help other families through such crises. So seeing their skill, dedicated care increased my determination to become that knowledgeable, life-saving nurse like they were. I knew then that I would fulfill my dream no matter how long it took. So a few years later, I did summon the courage when my youngest was 12 years old to start Joyce University. With the previous bachelor's degree, and I naively underestimated how academically rigorous this program would be, as I'm sure many of you did. So nursing school proved extraordinarily challenging. Luckily, during that very first semester, as I termed her our guardian angel, fellow student Cindy Anthony, is Cindy out there? Where are you? I'll say thank you. But she gathered us all, as I call us the stray nursing students, and put us into, she helped us to form a community, to uplift each other. And this group we termed Bridge 4, which was, Bridge 4. But this is a reference to Bridge 4 group from a Brandon Sanderson book, which symbolized that no one would be left behind, and we would help each other to finish the program. Also, teachers like the amazing Dr. Clancy Solis here, as she spoke of this during that first semester, she took that time every Friday morning. She didn't need to do it for us. She tutored us in the pathophysiology, and she did not need to do this for us. And it gave me the dedication, or their dedication, Cindy's and Clancy's, gave me the hope that I needed most. It helped me pave the way for me to complete this hard-earned degree at that time, because being online, I thought I was all alone at that time, and we needed each other. We needed that. So during this time, we've all complained, like all of us during getting this degree, obviously. It's been a very difficult process. Those tests were so hard, and the care plans, obviously, so very long. But that rigor has definitely helped prepare us to pass the NCLEX and become great nurses. I am forever grateful to Joyce University for the opportunity. So many of us have faced many obstacles along the way, but we made it through by supporting one another. We've all grown so much during this shared experience. I know I am stronger than I ever imagined, and I am sure most of you would agree you've developed incredible resilience and fortitude as well. As we enter this nursing profession today united, we've all traveled different paths to reach this moment. I am deeply proud to be graduating alongside all of you. I hope that we'll remember to always help to uplift each other, just as we did through nursing school. There is room for everyone at the top. More importantly, I hope we can strive to be like those bold nurses who saved my daughter's life, standing by our patients' sides during the most vulnerable times of their lives with compassion, perseverance, and especially courage. I am grateful to finally achieve my lifelong dream of becoming a pediatric nurse. After winding through many roles, mother of 4, real estate agent, and now registered nurse. Thank you all for sharing this experience with me, and congratulations, graduates. We finally did it.
Good evening. I'm so happy to be with all of you today. I'm Jen Ayotte, Dean of General Education and Health Sciences, and I get the wonderful opportunity to introduce our Associate of Occupational Therapy Assistant graduate speaker, Marcy Davis. She has a fan or two. Here's a little bit about Marcy. Marcy Davis is graduating today summa cum laude. In addition to being a phenomenal student, though, she's also a mother of 5 children and grandmother of 3. She lives in Milford, Utah, a small rural community in the southwest desert. She enjoys spending time with her family, and she also enjoys camping and hiking. Marcy, the podium is yours.
Hello, everyone. As mentioned, my name's Marcy Davis. My journey to graduating with an associate's degree as an occupational therapy assistant began when I was introduced to occupational therapy while working as a paraprofessional in an elementary school. My job included helping special needs students. Each month, an occupational therapist visited the school to work with these students and would collaborate with their teachers and aides. I wanted this man's knowledge and skill to help these students. So when a coworker suggested that I get a degree, I knew I wanted a degree in occupational therapy. I began searching for schools that offered a degree and soon found that the options were very limited, especially given the fact that I live in a small rural community in southern Utah. But I was determined to pursue a degree as an occupational therapist assistant and started my classes at Salt Lake Community College. The school told me that if I were to be accepted into the occupational therapy assistant program at SLIC, I would have to move to Salt Lake and attend classes there from Monday to Friday, 8 to 5. I knew that this was not going to be possible. So just shortly after that, Joyce University opened their regional online program, and it was definitely an answer to my prayers. Going back to school after 30 years has been a significant decision for me, one that I contemplated for quite some time. School did not come easy for me, and I knew it would be difficult. I spent many hours during the first semester crying and questioning my decision. On one particularly rough day, my daughter shared a strategy that one of her teachers had taught her. She said, "When you are mentally stressed, do something physical. And when you are physically stressed, do something mental." My daughter then invited me to go for a walk. This became our nightly routine. Walking and exercising helped me balance the stress. Helping others has always been a driving force in my life, and I've been fortunate to have had a variety of jobs that allowed me to do so. However, over the past few years, I felt a growing need to expand my skills and capabilities to have an even greater impact. That's where occupational therapy comes in. It offers me the opportunity to grow and make a more profound difference in people's lives. Every graduate here today has a story of their journey that brought them to this point. It includes overcoming challenges, obstacles, doubts, and discouragements. Only you know the sacrifices made to be here in this moment. I hope each of you will take the time to reflect on your journey, congratulate yourself, and thank those who supported you. In closing, I wish to thank my family for their support, Joyce University for opening this regional program and giving me this opportunity. To my teachers and classmates, I want to say thank you for encouraging and inspiring me every step of the way. Each one of us has the desire to make a difference for others, and that is why we chose to work in the medical field. So to my fellow graduates, as Dr. Seuss would say, you're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. Thank you.
At this time, we'd like to take a moment and present the Outstanding Faculty Award of Excellence in Teaching. Faculty members were nominated by students, and criteria includes excellence in teaching, as evidenced by the development of an inclusive learning environment that encourages student success and facilitates learning through active student engagement. On behalf of the student body, I would like to present the following awards. For outstanding teaching in general education, please join me in congratulating Professor Nicole Ward. Nicole is not able to be in attendance with us today. Therefore, accepting the award on her behalf is Professor Lacey Chapman. Please join me in congratulating Professor Nicole Ward. For outstanding teaching in nursing, please join me in congratulating Professor Jalen Hall. Students described her as going the extra mile and diving into the depths of helping students understand the why. Congratulations, Jalen. Will you please come up to the podium and accept your award? Lastly, for Outstanding Teaching Award in Occupational Therapy, please join me in congratulating Professor Chris Packard. Students noted his energetic and relatable way and described him as kind, professional, and patient. Congratulations, Professor Packard. Please join me to accept your award. Congratulations. It's now my pleasure to introduce Joyce Johnson, our academic speaker for today's ceremony. Joyce Johnson was born and raised in California, and in 2013 moved to Utah to be close to family and began teaching. She is an experienced labor and delivery nurse who has practiced for over 40 years. Joyce completed her licensed vocational nursing program at Fresno City College, her Associate of Science in Nursing from Los Angeles Valley College, a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing from the University of Phoenix. Joyce later completed her Certified Nurse Midwifery education at Charles R. Drew University of Science and Medicine, followed by a Master's of Science in Nursing at California State University in Long Beach. Obviously, Joyce understands the courage it takes and determination to be committed to being a lifelong learning and to the profession of nursing. While her professional affiliations and contributions are many, one of the attributes that makes Joyce Johnson an exceptional educator is her ability to be an active listener. Being supportive of students while creating a safe and supportive environment where students could ask questions and share ideas. Joyce was often known for modifying teaching methods to meet students' unique learning styles, while still offering constructive feedback to help them grow. Joyce Johnson is known among her colleagues and students for showing respect for and valuing student diversity and inclusivity, compassion, empathy, and probably most of all, her sense of humor. Of critical importance to Joyce was her ability to be a role model by sharing values, knowledge, expertise, and the principles of the nursing profession. In 2019, the Joyce Johnson Center for Simulation was dedicated in her honor. She was our first faculty member to be awarded emeritus status, and in 2022, Ameritech College's name was changed to Joyce University of Nursing and Health Sciences. With all that Joyce has accomplished and contributed, she's also a cancer survivor. Of Joyce's many accolades, for years she served as Florence Nightingale at our pinning ceremonies. And this persona took on a unique life of its own. Before welcoming Joyce to the podium, we wanted to share a quick video montage from previous pinnings that capture the spirit of the Joyce we know and love.
For 9 years, Joyce Johnson taught thousands of students. Because of her care in the classroom, her lived experiences, and her style and flair, she became an icon with our students and alumni, receiving our first Faculty Emeritus distinction and becoming the inspiration behind the name Joyce University. But beyond the classroom, Joyce embodied another persona, personifying the most significant figure in modern nursing, pinning thousands of Joyce graduates, donning her classic nursing attire, the Lady of the Lamp.
Hi, I'm Florence Nightingale.
You are not Florence Nightingale. I'm the real Florence Nightingale. Give me my lamp. Work with me, people.
Our Florence Nightingale, inspiring lives and leading change.
I was so honored when they came to me and asked me for some ideas for new names for the school. So look, the idea is to name the school after our people. I have the best idea. Why not name it Nightingale? Taken. Shoot.
Pioneering modern nursing.
I was teaching my students the other day on this program called Zoom.
Zoom? You mean Zoom?
Oh, honey, you gotta get that thing on ice. It's gonna get stinky.
Flo, it's synthetic.
Sweet cheeks, I don't care what you call him, you gotta get him on ice. Ew, sorry.
It's just Zoom.
No, it's Zoom. You do things very fast, I do things very slow. I'm 202 years old.
And celebrating your achievements.
And my most favorite thing is TikTok. All right, people, the 2 fingers TikTok salute. Come on, here, go. Let's floss. Signature dance for Florence Nightingale. Come on, people, let's floss. You know, sweet cheeks, I got moved like Jacker, and I can do anything you can do.
Introducing the enduring, the incomparable, the legendary Joyce Johnson.
Showtime!
Welcome to the stage, Joyce Johnson.
I need light. I'm old. Florence let me share all about her for 27 different pinning ceremonies. So we were very tight for a long time. I am so honored and excited to speak to you today on this day of celebration. I want to send a warm welcome to the families, friends, faculty, and graduates of Joyce University. There's a good reason they call these ceremonies commencement exercises. Graduation is not the end, it is the beginning. I want to honor our nursing and OTA students. For those who do not know what OTA stands for, it is Occupational Therapy Assistant. OTA also stands for Outstanding, Terrific, and Amazing. Think of an OTA as a teacher or coach who helps others overcome physical and mental or developmental disabilities at any stage of life. They are a great contributor to the healthcare team, and I am thrilled to have the opportunity to honor both nursing and OTA graduates here today. A little about my journey. Many years ago, and I'm talking many years ago, when I wanted to be a nurse in the area that I lived in California, the only school that had a nursing program told me there was a 5-year wait. I'm not going to wait 5 years. So I became a licensed vocational nurse. I went to a few interviews and I went to one hospital And the interviewer said, well, I see you have no previous hospital experience. That would be correct. She said, well, how do you feel about death and dying? I said, I didn't know whether to say, ooh, I love that, or, yeah, I really want that, pick me. I composed myself and I said, I will do my best. What can I do? She said, we're going to put you in oncology. So 3 years working as an oncology nurse, finally got into a nursing program. And I stayed through oncology for a total of 5 years. When I graduated with my associate, I thought, I'm going to go to the other end of the spectrum. It's so much happier in labor and delivery. It's happy every day. People have their babies. And I wanted to go to a hospital that I would see everything possible. I went to LA County. If any of you have been to LA County, you're going to see everything that you can think of. At LA County Hospital, I was trained as a high-risk labor and delivery nurse, which meant we took care of cancer patients, cardiac, women in renal failure on dialysis. We were saving mommies as much as we were saving babies. Because it was a county facility, we were delivering approximately 75 babies a day. A lot of babies. Some women had normal pregnancies, but a lot did not. So we were called throughout the hospital wherever the patient was. I went on to get my bachelor's and then became a midwife. When I got my bachelor's, I left LA County after several years and went into hospitals closer to my home. I did not live anywhere near LA County. If any of you know California, I lived over the hill from Malibu Beach. So it was quite the drive, but it was a great education. And I became a midwife and then went on to get my master's. I know there are life situations that happen during the journey through school, and some of you have had life experiences that have been difficult. I experienced this myself. During my associate program, I became a single parent of 3 children. One solid week during my bachelor's program, I lost my 15-year-old son in a car accident. 3 days later, my mom, who was my best friend, and at the end of that same week, my dad was diagnosed with liver cancer. He survived, but I became his caregiver for the next 25 years. The experiences that I've had made me want to have individual connection with my students when I started teaching. I wanted my students to know there was a support person and an advocate for them, just as you will be for your patients or clients that you take care of. The world of healthcare is a broad ecosystem, and I recognize that there are so many opportunities for both nurses and OTAs. For most of you here today, your future in nursing will offer endless career opportunities. You can be a nurse in the military, in the hospital, in a home, on a cruise ship, a flight nurse, an OR nurse, or in a school. As a nurse or an OTA, you can be an administrator, an entrepreneur. There is also the opportunity to be a traveling nurse and or be cross-trained. I worked with several nurses that worked one area. For example, one nurse would work in OB, but she wanted to learn and be cross-trained elsewhere, so she was working in plastic surgery. I worked with other people that worked in a clinic part-time and then in a hospital another. In other words, you are not stuck anywhere. Each experience becomes part of your toolkit and makes you a well-rounded professional. Your career can evolve with other facets and priorities in your life. You can work full-time, part-time, in the evening, in the daytime. Some of you will find a specialty that fulfills you early in your career, and that's great, but if you don't, if you try a role and you don't like it, move on. Keep trying till you find that place in the ecosystem. Always remember to find your why. Why did you choose nursing or occupational therapy? Why do you sit here today having overcome extreme hurdles and endless sleepless nights to become a nurse or an OTA? or to go back to school for further your education, your nursing education. I hope it's because you want to make a difference in someone's life, because you care and you want to touch people in a way the rest of the population cannot. The nurse always shows up and cares. If you feel you lose this at some point in your career, take time to find it again. Sometimes we need help along the way. Maybe it's a mentor, a professor, a family, a friend, or a patient. Before COVID, when we were still on campus and teaching our classes, I loved to get to my class a half hour early. When we went online, I still logged in a half hour early. Why? Because I wanted connection with my students. I wanted them to know somebody is there to listen to them. Someone is there to help them get through that day. Our world would be a better place if we were a little kinder, considerate, and caring of others. While I was working in hospitals on the floor, I really wanted to expand to become an educator. I started teaching several years ago in California, and when I moved to Utah, I was teaching full-time. When I started at the school, I was teaching OB and PEDS, which I was really disappointed when that got separated. But because I could connect stories, I could connect OB and PEDS, and when you were in fourth semester, you were my babies. I loved that. But as the school grew, they pulled PEDS away. I was teaching full-time. I was working in the SIM center also. I was also a clinical instructor. Someone once asked me, what are you going to miss when you stop teaching? You, my students. The students are the best part of that school. I love my students. I wanted to make my classes not only educational, but fun. Let's laugh occasionally. It's a great stress reliever. I love my students and still miss them. Luckily, I'm still involved with many of them. What did my students teach me in those early times I went to class? I learned about one of my students that had a little boy that had a cardiac problem. Here we are in fourth semester, and none of the other students know what she was going through at home. Her little boy was 6 years old. He had a bad heart. He also had suffered a stroke from a medical complication when he was 18 months old. She said, Joyce, the only thing my son wants is to see where I go to school. Let's bring him. Have your husband bring him over. So we had a little Robert moment in class. He came. I said, are you Robert? He says, yes. Are you Joyce? He says, I want to show you something. He lifts up his shirt and shows us where he had had heart surgery. My student was in tears because she said, we kiss our little boy goodnight every night, and we never know if he's going to be with us the next day. He was not going to live long. One of my other students said, she'd wave bye to everybody. Bye, see you tomorrow. None of the other students know that she was homeless with 2 little children. I said, how can I help you? I have resources. Let me help you. She would get in her car, pick up her little boys, and go to Walmart, and that's where she lived in the parking lot for a year. We got that resolved and taken care of. One day, one of my students came to class early just to talk. She was in tears. She had been to clinical the day before. And she said, Joyce, yesterday I was assigned my nurse, and we went in and took care of this man, a young father. He went into cardiac arrest. They could not save him. At the end of the day, my nurse was saying, didn't you have a great day? You got to see so many things. She wanted to scream, no, I haven't had a great day. I saw a young man die. So we were able to debrief, and she learned the importance of debriefing. There is also Eric. Eric was in my class before COVID, and he came to class every time doing that floss dance. He'd walk into class just like this. Hi, Joyce. And I said, I got to get that down. So the next week when he came to class, Eric walks in, hi, Joyce. I went, hi, Eric. And that became my signature dance for Florence as we performed. What did I teach my students in those early times I attended class is date night, Friday night is going to be date night. Put those books down. If you have a honey, you go out with your honey. If you don't, and you have children, take your children out. If you don't have a honey children, go with a friend. If you don't have a honey children or friend, go by yourself somewhere. But get away from the books for a little while, refocus, be with people that love you and that are supporting you. And it was a big thing. And every year that I've been teaching or encouraging students about Friday night, date night. Also before COVID, some of the faculty who have been here for several years remember my famous potlucks. We had potlucks, different classes, because it was unity. It brought my students together. Haven't you ever wished you could just talk to one another? Let's just feed our face and talk and enjoy each other and laugh. Yeah, let's do that. And so we did that. It became pretty popular in the school. So I teach OB in the morning. I said, students, go ahead and set up the food. They would, and I'd go to all the other classes, all the other semesters that were on campus. I said, hey, today's potluck day. Come on up when you can. It gave me a chance to meet other students. They'd say, well, I'm in first semester. Am I ever going to make it? Oh, you bet, and I'm waiting for you. Fourth semester, we're going to do this. I told stories that were motivating them, helping them. Students needed to know that they've got somebody who's got their back. I wanted you to succeed. I had a student tell me one time, I am never working OB, never. I'm not even sure I'm going to pass your class. I said, why? I don't have female anatomy, so I'm not going to pass. I said, look it around. Next time you come into class, there's other people that don't have female anatomy either. And they are fine. We ended up tutoring him 4 times a week privately. He did pass my class. He did graduate. He did work in the ER. He said, I said, well, why the ER? He said, because I'll never see an OB patient there, ever. I said, okay. So I went to go visit him, as I did with several other students. I went to visit him one day, and I said, well, how's it working for you? Any OB patients? He said, Joyce, they're everywhere. Yes, they keep coming into the ER. I said, I know. One of the favorite topics that I was teaching my students is how to make good money in nursing. It is possible. I've proven that fact. And they really enjoyed that. I had their full attention with that. Nurses are truly the real warriors. They are the ones that see the details in another's soul and not the hair, faces, clothes, or bodies that are in front of us. When working at LA County, we had such a diverse culture there. We had gang members. We had drug addicts. We had armed female officers that would come in from prisoners from the prison that was not far from the hospital, and those patients were handcuffed to the bed. We did have normal patients there, which was hallelujah, but we did have a clientele. I'm not to judge them. I wasn't there when they made life decisions, but what they expected from us was, please help me and my baby. Yes, you also need important skills such as cultural awareness, time management, and critical thinking skills, compassion, empathy, adaptability, and resiliency. But it is the nurse that cares to see the souls of our patients and practices with a level of transparency that is like no other. It is the nurse that puts compassion into medicine. It is the nurse that holds someone's hand when they are dying. It is the nurse that is the shoulder for families to cry on. It is the nurse that celebrates when our patients accomplish their goals. When I finished chemo and radiation, it was the nurses that encouraged me to ring that bell for encouragement. You did this, you can go on. And I did. It is the nurse that is the person your friends and family come to when they have a medical question. You've probably already experienced that. You know, somebody that says, ooh, you know, I got a real ache. What is it? Well, I'm just graduating from nursing school. I don't know everything. Oh, I know, but you'll know. For OTA and nursing graduates, your journey will be your own. Don't be afraid of change and look for ways to inspire and influence our profession. You need to choose to believe that you can make the difference in that your work has purpose and meaning each and every day. I recommend that you get involved in professional practice at your workplace or unit, and also join professional organizations and regional level. Why? Because this gives you a venue to influence others to make changes and participation and help future development in your leadership skills. In closing, may I encourage you, have confidence. Be optimistic, be independent, and assertive and enthusiastic. Connect the dots. Course exams are over, and now it's time to apply what you learned to real-life situations. Critical thinking. Use your critical thinking skills to make quick decisions. Relation-based care, the ability to make real human connections and create an environment that keeps patients and their families feeling safe. Leadership, you will develop strong time management skills to be able to manage skills. Manage projects, conflicts, and emergencies. Lifelong learning, continue practicing, continue learning, and reflection will be needed. Think like a nurse, actually with the help of blood, body fluids, 12-hour shifts, staying obsessively clean, and multitasking constantly, you will be thinking like a nurse. Work well with colleagues. It's nice to be liked and communicate and collaborate effectively. And lastly, never forget that you have been a student. Don't forget when you were a student. I never forgot when I was a student and all those times I went back to school, and how I wish I had had a friend, an advocate, a teacher that cared that I passed, that cared that I moved forward. So don't forget when you are a student and new students come to the hospital and are assigned with you and want to hear all about your expertise, help them. Don't be critical. Well done on this fantastic achievement, my friends. Your hard work and dedication have paid off, and now you embark on a career filled with meaning and purpose. I'm so proud of you all. You bring me so much joy to look out at you. And as I have done for many years, I've closed every pinning session and every graduation with my signature wave. And those of you who may not know what it is, let me show you what my signature wave is. Take care, everyone. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Joyce. Graduates, can you tell that she loves you? She just wants to keep teaching you. This is the beauty of faculty and administration coming together, because as badly as Joyce wanted to continue to educate you, I want to confer some degrees upon you. So shall we do that? Let's move to some conferrals. Dr. McCullough, Dean of Nursing, would you please join me at the podium? And will the candidates for Associate of Science in Nursing degrees please rise?
Dr. Smith-Coppess, on behalf of the faculty of Joyce University, it is my honor and privilege to present you the candidates for the degree of Associate of Science in Nursing.
Thank you, Dr. McCullough. And then, upon the faculty's recommendation, and as authorized by the Board of Trustees, I hereby attest that these graduates have completed the requirements for the degrees they will receive today. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees in the state of Utah, I confer upon you the degree that you have earned with all the rights, honors, privileges, and obligations inherent therein. Associate of Science in Nursing graduates, please proceed to the stage to receive your diplomas when your row is directed. Sure.
Kulan Carter. Marlene Barton.
Go ahead. Amanda Brennan.
Callie Wilkinson.
Shea Isaac.
Justin Packer.
Ashley Cravens.
Jessica Kirkland Combs.
Maricel Granado.
Michael Brown.
Ryan Hicks.
Alexander Kurtz.
Ellen Tagai Aguirre.
Dallin Caldwell.
Richard Benjamin Hecker.
Camberly Caldwell.
Kaylee Olson.
Sarah Kidd.
Heidi Schumann.
McKenna Gardner.
Hayden Spence.
Teresa Spencer.
Jenzy Nyborg.
Alicia Allred.
Ellie Bascom.
Emma Graves.
Nate Buring.
Amberly Woodland.
Jessica Jeffs.
Madison DeLue.
Crystal Elison.
Meg Wilkinson.
Samantha Carrillo.
Mary Adam.
Sloan Nielsen.
Ashley Bergman.
Logan Bettina Cook.
Cassandra Summerhays.
Selma Karina de Arujo Lobo Cardoso.
Karina Bahina.
Lacey Benedict.
Sierra Moore.
Adrienne Daniels.
Mariah Warensky.
Daniela Munoz Rodriguez.
Nate Hurst.
Sierra Butler.
Cheyenne Thacker.
Jesse Fippen.
Kaylin Wild.
Joey Solomon.
Autumn Span Jackson.
Michaela Clement.
Olivia Nash.
Courtney Stoddard.
Raya Bosch.
Caitlin Sant.
Katie Jennings.
Chad Harris.
Stephanie Candy.
Cassidy Balin.
Juliet Renteria.
Natalie Springer.
Riley Bronk.
Keely Lewis.
Diana Lynn Bunderson.
Destiny Antunes.
Anna Fisk.
Camry Brooks.
Jessica Radigan.
Janelle Purser.
Tatiana Zelaya.
Marissa Rasmussen.
Jasmine Suazo.
Madison Hawkins.
Gabby Lota.
Veronica Vasquez.
Carly Steedman.
Michaela Kleiman.
Maddie Marcourt.
Cooper Vanderlinden.
Mally Densley.
Maddie Finelli.
McKenna Draney.
Alberto Najera.
Jessica Jones.
Alexa Nielsen.
Paige Livingston.
Lexi Stevenson.
Abigail Weber.
Cassidy Bowler.
Chris Saavedra.
Sebastian Kisteman.
Patricia McGoffin.
Brandon Kramer.
Ernie Rodriguez.
Kate Rustand.
Lachlan Pearson.
Brooklyn Dowdell.
Cameron Linford.
Kate Dowdell.
Allery Davies.
Sarah Fawson.
Haley Ellis.
Melissa Arneson.
Ellison Olson.
Addison Van Sickle.
Vivian Gonzalez.
Tiffany Day.
Tracy Barker.
Adelaide Johnson.
Holly Nixich.
Haley Vincent.
Cambry Watkins.
Cassidy Dorst.
Brant King.
Simran Atwal.
Micaiah Kearns.
Hannah Roberts.
Kelly Pena.
Madeline Adams.
Nicole Paez Arieche.
Samantha Slack.
Kayla Miller.
Bono.
Kaylee Sharamonte.
Catherine Metcalf.
Caitlin Morehouse.
Alicia Talk.
Whitney Morehouse.
Erica Frame.
Rachel Salmons.
Brianda Chide.
Eileen Phillips.
Aaron Mitchell.
Ashley Funderburk.
Corey Town.
Emily Beckstead.
Riley Abelman Schofield.
Brookland Stewart.
Olivia Butler.
Sadie Wright.
Shaylin Casterson.
Elise Parks.
Lauren Anderson.
Mino Roberts.
Markel Youngblood.
Alize Madera.
Stephanie Madera.
Marissa Healy.
Elena Castanis.
Reba Ludwig.
Jeffrey Fonseca.
Alyssa Weber.
Rachel Frederick.
Bailey June Genders.
Samuel Matute.
Claudia Esteves Garcia.
Kylie Leach.
Leroya Monet Johnson.
We love a good celebration. All right. Will Dean Ayotte, Dean of General Education and Health Sciences, please join me now at the podium? And will the candidates for Associate of Science degree Occupational Therapy Assistant please rise.
Dr. Smith-Koppas, on behalf of the faculty of Joyce University, it is my honor and privilege to present to you the candidates for the degree of Associate of Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant.
Thank you so much. Then upon the faculty's recommendation and as authorized by the Board of Trustees, I hereby attest that these graduates have completed the requirements for the degrees they will receive today. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees in the state of Utah, I confer upon you the degree that you have earned with all the rights, honors, privileges, and obligations inherent therein. Associate of Science and Occupational Therapy Assistant graduates, please proceed to the stage to receive your diplomas when your row is directed.
Alexa Chapman.
Addison Brown.
Riley Vierig.
Colin Hildebrand.
Kenzie Darrington.
Bree Baltich.
Allison June Wakefield.
Morgan Robertson.
Sarah Bennett.
Taylor Kidd.
Michaela Williams.
Josie Sunderland.
Jensen Huffaker.
Marcy Davis.
All right, and will Dr. McCullough, Dean of Nursing, please join me again at the podium? And will the candidates for Bachelor of Science in Nursing please rise?
Dr. Smith-Koppas, on behalf of the faculty of Joyce University, it is my honor and privilege to present to you the candidates for degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing.
Thank you, Dr. McCullough. So upon the faculty's recommendation and as authorized by the Board of Trustees, I hereby attest that these graduates have completed the requirements for the degrees they will receive today. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees in the state of Utah, I confer upon you the degree that you have earned with all of the rights and the honors and the privileges and the obligations inherent therein. Bachelor of Science in Nursing graduates, please proceed to the stage to receive your diplomas when your row is directed.
Charlie Leslie Evans.
Tacey Coleman.
Justine Bonner.
Meredy Adams.
Christina Holt.
Tawny Spriggs.
Shauna DeMitt.
Danielle Stone.
Taylor Starr.
Jason Harmer.
Amber Brett.
Madeline Blair.
Jonathan Blair.
Spencer Wilkins.
Natalie Witherell.
Haley Job.
Abigail Devaney.
Amanda Murdoch.
Karen Spinks.
Courtney Standiford.
Oscar Chavez.
Jason Evans.
Angelina Perez.
Randy Hurtado.
Sandra Padilla.
Durley Nolan.
Mandy Fish.
Jacqueline Tom.
Julie Jacob.
Elizabeth Kuhn.
Sonia Gutierrez.
Charity Kent.
Jazz Wilkie.
Olivia Cranny.
Megan Driscoll.
Kimbo Swaggins Robertson.
Chris Morell.
Michaela Eddington Grange.
Nikki Toots George.
Eliza Schwabel.
Cindy Anthony.
John Stark.
Ennison Opebri.
Bryce Barney.
Jacqueline Mortensen.
Rylan Marlowe.
Millie Charles.
Jomari Cancel.
Stephanie Stoddart.
John Staley.
Rachel Miller.
Christy Nebeker.
Jessica Topham.
Shelby Tueller.
Kenara Rubio.
Lindsay Thunell.
Emily Edwards.
Maritza Straub.
Diane Grosson.
Brianna Gallopin.
Deepa Gurung.
Sheila Perez.
Caitlin Sheehan.
Nicole Larson.
Erica Gonzalez.
McKenna Craig.
Ashley Robatu.
Penelope Helton.
Kaylee Broadhead.
Austin Mason.
Brooke Bigelow.
Sierra Rich.
Sophie Lake.
Amberly Nielsen.
Catherine Elwood.
Carly Harper.
Shelby Kinghorn.
Alexis Smith.
Mackenzie Hansen.
Kayla King.
Chris Udall.
Austin Mikowski.
Kaylee McConaughey.
Danielle Creasy Williams.
Lainey Wayman.
Andrea Cameron.
Samantha Holsey.
Donna Cokerhans.
Aggie Etsity.
Megan Moore.
Amber Weaver.
Carlson.
Shedrick Woy.
Emmeline Carzin.
Siobhan Kelly.
Alex Mick.
Cherie Shepherd.
Sarah Patterson.
Esmeralda Santiago.
Sarah Kidd.
Chandler Dixon.
Ireland Kilgrow.
Sarah Kalotla. Karen Olson Morgan.
If you would allow me, I'd like to take just a moment to honor some very special guests also with us here today, along with the graduating class of April 2024. Today, as we gather to celebrate the achievements and futures of our graduating students, we felt it necessary as a Joyce community to just pause to honor and remember one of our very own whose journey ended far too soon. It's with deep respect and profound affection that we posthumously award an honorary degree today to our beloved student, Jenna Bowman. Jenna was a cherished member of our community, and she embodied the spirit of Joyce, not only a student, but a beacon of light within our university family, a passionate learner, a devoted friend, a source of inspiration to all who had the privilege of knowing Jenna. Though she may not be with us in person today, her memory lives in our hearts and in our minds, forever etched in the fabric of our university community. And so today, in honor of Jenna, I would love to invite Jenna's mother, Crystal Bowman, to the stage to receive Jenna's diploma, Jenna's honor cord, and Jenna's nursing pin. Crystal, welcome. Thank you, Crystal. Families and guests, as we celebrate academic excellence and continue to do so this evening, on behalf of the faculty, it truly is my highest honor and privilege to present you the Joyce University candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Nursing. This special ceremony, which is a hooding ceremony, adds to the exciting graduation experience by recognizing our advanced degrees, candidates, and their accomplishments. This hooding ceremony allows us a chance to witness a ceremonial hooding of each Master of Science in Nursing graduate. The colorful hood that the graduates will receive today is reserved for those individuals who have attained academic degrees beyond the bachelor's degree. The hoods are lined with the official colors of Joyce University, and the hoods are edged and bound with velvet in an apricot color representing the nursing profession. So will Dr. McCullough, Dean of Nursing, please join me at the podium again once more, and will the candidates for Master of Science in Nursing please rise?
Dr. Smith-Koppes, on behalf of the faculty of Joyce University, it is my honor and privilege to present to you the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Nursing.
Then Dr. McCullough, upon the faculty's recommendation and as authorized by the Board of Trustees, I hereby attest that these graduates have completed the requirements for the degrees that they will receive today. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees in the state of Utah, I confer upon you the degree that you have earned with all the rights, honors, privileges, and obligations inherent therein. Master of Science in Nursing graduates, please proceed to the stage to receive your hoods and your diplomas when your row is directed.
John Day Montion Harvey.
Douglas Avery.
Caleb Van Boven.
All right, well, will all of today's graduates that are still in the auditorium please rise one more time and let's give them one more round of applause. Graduates, this is that moment where you can move that tassel from the right to the left, signifying the completion of your studies and the transition from your academic experience to your professional career. And if this is the time that you want to toss that hat, this is the moment to do it. Get your caps ready, because congratulations, graduates of 2023 and 2024 classes. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again. This concludes our commencement ceremony. I would ask that you remain seated while the faculty leave the stage, but once that stage is vacated, I invite you to find your graduates, take pictures, enjoy yourself, celebrate. This is a great time to celebrate. Congratulations again. Thank you.